Hi, Yoga Gypsy family. I just wanted to say hi, and I really miss you guys. I really hate not seeing you guys multiple times a week and practicing with you. And I just wanted to give you just some quarantine helps, is what I've labeled this. But first off, I just wanted to check in to see how y'all are doing and see how's everything going. Just really miss you guys. I am currently outside in my backyard, so you might be hearing neighbors bouncing the ball or dogs barking or something, but I really enjoyed this weather. It has been so good for my mental health to be outside, and so yeah, there's just a couple of things that I was thinking through. Mainly, I really hate not being with y'all, and I'm really sad that we can't practice yoga together, but I am very thankful for this time that we can all take time to recharge and be healthy and hopefully, quote, flatten the curve, as what everybody is saying. So I hope that this video finds you doing well. Yeah, so I came up with 3 different categories of ways that that's really been helpful for me during this time of quarantine. A physical, emotional, and mental category, and things that I do to help in these areas. I am just gonna say just a caveat. Also, that's the gate to our neighborhood, so if you hear some creaking, that's what's going on. A caveat is the main thing is to give yourself grace. 100% the main thing. And I have had moments where it's been really tough, mentally, emotionally, physically. I've had moments where it's been really fun and great, and I'm like, yes, I can do this. And then there's this, like, within 5 minutes, I'm like, I am struggling. So all of that to say is, like, we're in this together. I wish I did all these things like perfectly, but I'm human. I just wanted to show you, tell you, like, grace, and give yourself grace is the most number one thing that you can take away and do during this time. I guess this time of quarantine is just so surreal and so crazy, and all of us, no matter what stage of life we're in, like, are affected by this. And so so give yourself some grace. If you speak say something to your spouse or your loved one, your kid, your neighbor, that came across not the way you wanted to, like, just give yourself some grace. Like, we're all in this together, and it's hard. And so that's the main thing. I'll probably be coming back to that a lot. But the first point I want to talk about is, like, the physical ways that I've been able to, what I've been doing to help physically feel better. I every day try to do some kind of movement, and this weather is absolutely beautiful, so it's been really nice to get outside and walk. I have so enjoyed morning walks, or even evening walks. Like today we did a lunchtime walk because afternoon walk was just, it would be a little bit too hot. It was still kind of hot, but I've just so enjoyed just being outside, and there's a lot of people in my neighborhood that have been doing the same thing, so it's just nice to connect and wave and, you know, social distancing wave and saying hi and just check in with people. So I've been doing that. I've been finding new trails. I know a lot of you guys like to maybe go hiking or go to the river. I've seen Dee's pictures and they look amazing, just to be out and about. But getting out and active some kind of way. There's like videos that you can do, yoga that Dee and Aaron are doing, videos on here that you can do on YouTube, workout videos, workouts sent by trainers. I mean, there's endless opportunities. Walking. Another thing too is if the weather is like not allowing you to get out, I mean, do like yoga. It can be done inside, and I mean that can be done inside, but also just getting out of the house. Like, there have been, whenever the weather's been nuts, like there's many times Lindley and I go on a drive, and she may be losing her mind in the back seat. But it's like, for me, I needed to get out of the house, just get away. And whether that's to go pick up grocery pickup, or maybe that's to go drop off cookies, which is something else I'm going to get to later on, or maybe that's just to go by Sonic and grab an ice water or your favorite slushie or something, just to get out of the house, get out of seeing the stuff you are stuck seeing every single day, to get away from screen time, just get out. Another physical thing is drinking plenty of water, which I know you guys all know, like, Karlee, you drink lots of water, which I do. I do drink lots of water. I feel like my body needs lots of water. But, like, and still trying to eating healthy. Like, it's easy. I feel like I've seen memes nonstop of, like, all these different, like, gaining weight and going to get snacky snacks is what I saw today. And I was laughing about the term snacky snacks. But, like, still trying to fill our bodies with things that we know feel good. So I like to do what my friend has taught me, my friend Kara, called intuitive eating. So it's like, am I hungry? Or am I thirsty? Am I emotionally eating? Do I really want these jelly beans? Because let me just tell you, sweet tart jelly beans are, yes, really good. Better than any jelly bean, but that's my opinion. Like, do I really want these? Or am I just, like, bored? Or am I angry? Like, am I like fueling my emotions with my food? So just notice. And, like, that's just a practice of being mindful, which we talk about in yoga all the time. Like, all the teachers at Yoga Gypsy talk about a mindful practice, and intuitive eating is just one of those ways. One thing I've been into, so if you don't know already, I'm pregnant with our second, and if you haven't heard, we're having a little baby boy and due in August. So I've been really doing, for me personally, belly breathing, which is essentially Uddiyana Bandha. That's exactly what it is. It's just called something different. So I've been really intentional about taking at least 10 deep belly breaths, Uddiyana breaths. And you don't have to be pregnant to do it. But it's what it does is it connects you to your inner abs. And so yeah, I just wanted to tell you, like, that's a way that I've been really connected with my breath, and, like, really being able to, like, focus on, well, baby boy, but just, like, kind of staying present, like what is going on right now. I'm just gonna come back to the present, which we talk about in yoga all the time as well. And another physical thing I've been really practicing is rest when needed. And yes, and maybe it's gonna, like, all of our scenarios are gonna look different. So I'm not doing homeschool right now because my daughter's not in school. But on the opposite flip side, I may be giving more screen time because I need rest. And that's where the grace comes back in. And so I think it's just really important to listen to your body. Our bodies are so smart. We talk about this all the time. Our bodies are so smart. And they store, which I'm getting into the next point, they store all of the emotions that we have. They store. And it tells you things like that maybe you don't realize, like, oh, I'm stressed, I need to sit, or oh, I'm tensing, my jaw hurts, I need to relax. And so rest when needed. And, like, it's okay if you do take out another night in a row. It's okay if you're like, well, all we have in our freezer are Hot Pockets, which, by the way, my husband bought those and they smelled really good last night. But it's like, it's okay if dinner doesn't look the same as it did pre-quarantine. Like, life might not look the same right now because life isn't the same right now. So, like, give yourself grace and rest physically when needed. Listen to your body. One way that has been, I've noticed, is, well, before I was pregnant with Hollis, is our baby boy's name, I really was intentional about resting while my daughter takes a nap, because I wanted just to not feel like I had to put all this pressure on myself. And so I do that. Like every nap time, I'm like, I don't care if there's all these things to do. Like, I am stopping and I am resting. And whether that's taking a nap or not, like, this is what I'm doing. Another thing is like like I already said, like, your body is so smart. It's going to force you to rest. And so listening to it, like, I took 2 walks on Sunday, which may not sound like a big deal, but to me, I just overworked my hips that were really tight. I woke up stiff Monday. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to rest. Like, there's no need for me to do any strenuous activity. So just listen to what your body needs. And like, maybe like right now I've had an eye twitch for the last week, and I'm like, all right, what is my body trying to tell me? I thought it was because I was going to bed late, watching the shows that everybody is into, or we've been really into a couple of shows, or maybe like, there's just different things. But at the same time, I'm not trying to stress out to try to figure out why my eye is twitching. I'm just like, is my body trying to tell me something right now? And I'm like, I'm open to listen to what you're saying, kind of thing. So those are some physical ways that has really helped me, like getting out of the house. And then there are days, I know you understand, there's times where like, I don't want to leave. And that's great. Don't leave the house. But if you just really feel stuck, get out. Even if it's like, I don't know, like literally drive around. So, okay, so emotional. So that's the first one, quarantine help for physical. Emotional. This is really good. And I left my phone inside, so I can't read this quote. But I will post it, have Dee post it or something. Feel the feelings. Like I said, this time is hard or can be difficult for all of us. And allow yourself to feel the feelings. Don't press down the irritation or the annoyance or the mad or the sad, like the grief that can come with being stuck and quarantined. Excuse me, I'll use the term quarantined. Feel it. Allow it to come up, and then take some, like, okay, I'm going to take the next 5 minutes to feel this way, 10 minutes to feel this way. Because really, if we don't do that, what we do is we suppress, and our bodies, like I said before, are really, really smart. So they're going to hold on to that, whatever it might be. They're going to hold on to that. Maybe it's going to be in your hips or your shoulders or your jaw or your head or your legs, your feet. Like, your body is going to hold on to that emotion. And so one way that we can maybe help that a little bit is to feel the feels. I've said this in class plenty of times. It's crazy. There's one time I left yoga and I was just raging mad. I'm like, I should, which I'll get to that word in a little bit, I should be feeling better. I just went to yoga. And it's like, but I'm feeling angry. And so what happened was an emotion released in my body during that class that I'd suppressed. I'm like, I don't know why I'm so angry. I don't know why. I went home and I was like, meh, my husband. I was like, I have no idea why, except the fact that my body was stored that emotion and I held onto it and it released. And so physical activity is great to release all of those emotions, but just know your body is so smart and feel the feels. Like, I don't like to feel angry, so sometimes I suppress it, and that's not good. That's not good for me. And so what I need to, like, allow the feels to happen. Identify them, acknowledge it. If it helps to journal it. If it helps to talk to someone, if you don't know me, I'm an extrovert. But if you don't know my husband, he's an introvert. So he doesn't have to talk things through to make himself feel better. I, on the other hand, have to. So I have to, like, do some kind of physical thing, whether it be journaling, whether it be talking to him or a friend or something. I have to do something to get it out. Or just even for me, just saying, I'm angry right now and this is why. That helps too. Yeah, we don't, I read this something the other day of like, or no, it was my friends and I were talking about how some people just say, well, others have it worse off, so I feel sad, but I know others have it worse off, which I've been guilty of saying this as well too. I've been saying this as well too, yeah. But what that does is that dismisses the feeling inside. Like, that dismisses, like it doesn't matter how I feel right now. Like, other people have it off. There's other people in the world that are been quarantined for longer. Or these people have, like, these, you know. It dismisses how you feel, and then it makes you feel like you can't have those feelings. So your feelings aren't valid. And that's the last thing that needs to be thought of. I said I was going to talk about shoulds. One of my best friends is a therapist, and she was talking about don't should all over yourself. And because that doesn't make it like, oh, well, I should be making my bed right now. Oh, I should be doing laundry instead of resting. Oh, I should be doing math instead of reading right now with my kids. Or I should be better about starting homeschool on time. I should be better about eating. I should. That just places guilt and blame on yourself that doesn't belong there. So be careful. Ever since I've heard this like thought of shoulds, I've been really mindful to erase it from my vocabulary, because it does, like, if you think about it, it doesn't make you feel any better. If I say, oh, man, Karlee, you really, really should have done a lot better at the way you treated Lindley during bath time. Just being honest, it was a little bit hectic. Cause like, that's gonna make me feel guilty for doing that. So it's like, okay, well, instead of saying I should, just be like, I'm gonna work on this next time. I'm gonna work on not reacting to this situation. So find ways to get your feels. Like, and if you're not a feelings person, like, that's okay. Just be like, if you're like, I don't want to talk about it, don't talk about it. That's fine. Like, I'm not trying to like say, oh, first off, these are all things that work for me. So if it doesn't work for you, obviously, please don't do it. But like, allow the feelings to come in and allow them to just like sit, like, be like, okay, like, this sucks. Okay? Like, this sucks. But it is what it is. I texted Terry a couple of weeks ago, and I was asking her a question, and she said, it is what it is. And I'm like, you know what? Yes, it is what it is. Like, so, but like, just allow yourself to like feel the feels. I feel like that's like so funny, like, to say, feel the feels. I do have a quote that I love from a Harvard article that my friend who's a therapist sent. And I left my phone inside on the charger. But maybe I will see if I can post the link to the article in this YouTube and see if he can like post that or something. Or maybe if you want to know what Harvard has to say, text me or something, and I will get you that. But it's so good. I was really wanting to read that. Another thing is to know your limits emotionally. Like, can you handle sitting at your computer all day, cooped up in a room? Can you handle homeschooling 3 subjects a day? Like, can you handle watching a tough show? Can you handle reading a certain type of book? Like, in this season, like, can you handle it? And can you handle one more phone conversation or video chat? Like, know yourself emotionally. Like, something really interesting that's come up pre-coronavirus, but has come up for me, is like, I've realized that I have triggers, and it's so cool. Like, it's kind of cool to see what my triggers are. Like, so there's certain things I cannot watch on TV. There's certain things that they just trigger anxiety. I'm like, I can't do it. And there's certain things like I can't read. Like, someone gave me this book, and I'm like, or I asked to borrow it, actually, and because the library's closed. If you have any books that you want me to read, send them my way. But yeah, there's this book, and just within the first 3 chapters, I'm like, I know this is really good, but I just don't think I'm in a mental capacity to be able to handle the sadness from this book. So just, you have to know your limits, and if you don't, like, don't beat yourself up. Don't say, I should know. No, you shouldn't. Just start beginning to notice. I mean, it took me, I don't know, like, I literally just figured that out about the things of, like, what I'm feeling in my mind. Like, I can't, okay, this is really dark, and it takes me to a dark place mentally, and it brings anxiety, and I think about this. Like, I wake up in the middle of the night and I think about the scene I watched. Like, okay, I don't need to watch this. Like, I need to take a step back. So just know, and like, or okay, I just did a 3-hour Zoom call for work, or a 2-hour phone call for work, or something. It's like, I did this yoga class, like, this live yoga or something. Like, I can't talk to anybody right now. I need help. Like, I can't do this by myself. I need to call in reinforcements when you can, if you can. A little bit different being quarantine style, but I need to call my significant other. I need to call my mom to see, like, can she help me in this? And something I saw this, I know I've talked about this in classes, but I saw this fairly recently, where it's hard moments, not a bad day. So I've been, like, really thinking about that. Like, okay, hard moments. Like, I reacted really hard to Lindley in the bathtub. Doesn't mean it's a bad day. Like, so it's like, gotta remember all of it. Like, just because one thing happened doesn't mean it automatically is a terrible day. It doesn't. It was just a hard moment. Okay, so yeah, know your emotional limits. Feel the feels. Don't feel no pressure of the shoulds. Like, I should be getting this and this and this and this and this. Like, that doesn't create positive thinking in your mind. So that's for the emotional. So we did physical, emotional. Now we're gonna do mental. And all 3 of these are connected. All of them. You can also add soul care in there too for mental. But some things that have helped me sometimes, so I'm a routine person. I do like doing the same thing, but it's also been really nice to get off of the routine to see how I react, but also to, like, not feel so pressured to, like, have to do something. So maybe, like, it's been nice to keep the same routine, but then it's also been nice to be more flexible. So know what side for you. Like, mentally, I'm like, well, I usually go to the gym at 8:30 in the morning for an 8:30 class. I'm going to try to keep doing a morning workout routine. Mainly too for help, to see if that helps my daughter, but then at the same time, on the flip side of that coin, it has been really nice to have really slow mornings. So it's like, you have to, like, grace and give and take, and literally take it day by day and hour by hour. What's been really good for me is to limit screen time in social media. I put a 30-minute limit on Instagram and Facebook, and I really try, unless I know something big is being discussed on Facebook, like, not like debate, but like I know someone's gonna contact me. I try to, like, so I don't just mindlessly scroll. I really try, like, I limit that. And so when it says your time is up, it gives a 5-minute warning, and it says your time is up, I say okay, instead of dismissing it. So that's been really good for me too, especially, it's just been really good. And sometimes you just need a mental detox. Another thing is, for me, it's been really good to do social distance drive-bys and waving hi to my friends, or walks. Like, I'm really good friends with my neighbor across the street, and her daughter is around the same age as my daughter. And we go on what we call social distance walks, where we are 6 feet apart, but we're still walking and talking together, so I still get that adult interaction. I think my husband's about to come out. Hold on 1 minute. I'm still getting that adult interaction. I'm on video. I'm recording. Up. So, social distance walks. So I'm still getting my adult interaction, but we're still apart, and it's good for my mental health. So another thing, driving by, Zoom calls and FaceTime, that's been really, really good for me to stay connected with my friends and family. My family has decided we want to do a Zoom call every Thursday at 6:30, just so we see each other, because we're all in different cities and different states. Like, I'm in Arkansas, they're in Texas and Dallas and Houston and all that stuff. And so just to stay connected, we have a family text, but it's just different to have that. And then my best friends from college, we've been doing more Zoom calls, and so that's just been really, really nice, along with texting and that kind of stuff. But another way that's been helpful for my mental health is, I don't know, it's along the same lines as Marco Polo, which is an app where it's kind of like a video chat back and forth. I like to call it a video walkie-talkie is what it is. And so I'm staying connected with my best friend in Florida who has it, and it's just really nice to be able to communicate with each other. And so then also find something, this is all under mental, find something to do that gives you life, and then do it. Like, this has been really beneficial for me. I love to bake banana bread, cookies, pumpkin bread, cookies. I just love to be in the kitchen not creating new recipes. I don't create new recipes. I'm not gonna have a cookbook or anything. But like, I love baking, and I love like giving to people, and I love like helping people. And so my husband, who was just out here putting the girl cover on, and I decided let's like bake stuff and give them to people. And so I love doing that. And so that gives me life. Like, yesterday I got to drop off a banana bread loaf to some of our best friends, and I'm like, it gives us, I love to do that. But that gives me joy. Now on the flip side, it can also stress me out. So I have to know the difference between, am I doing this because this would give me life mentally right now, or am I doing this because I feel pressured? So it's like two sides to every coin, right? I have to be like, what's my motive behind this? There's things as easy as like Sonic drinks, or checking in with people, texting them, or hiking, going kayaking. I saw Dee and Brantley did that. Like, find something that gives you life and do it during this time. And whether that's, maybe you're like, I'm perfect time to pick up running, I'm gonna go run, or I'm gonna rent this book off. I don't really know how do you rent books these days because you don't have a library. Amazon, Kindle, something. I'm gonna learn this new skill. But then don't like beat yourself up if you don't acquire it. That is that kind of thing. There's grace involved. But yeah, like, most of all, there's grace during this time period, this quarantine period. And remember that hard moments, not bad days. And that these are just some tools that have really helped me physically, emotionally, and mentally stay sane during this time. And I really hope that this helps you. I really, really miss you guys. Really, really miss you guys. I cannot wait to get back to the studio and be practicing with you, and to be flowing with you, and to be teaching you and hugging you and all that stuff. I think another thing too is, like, if you at any moment feel disconnected or lonely, please reach out to us. I would reach out to me, reach out to Dee, reach out to any of the Yoga Gypsy teachers, because we are here for you, and we love you, and we want to be here for you and support you during this time. So if you have any questions about any of these, please reach out to me. You can email me or text me or Facebook me or whatever. I would love, love, love to connect with you. If you want to drive by, or if you want a cookie or banana bread, let me know. I would love to give you some. Yeah, so just, I'm here for you. I'm cheering you on, and I miss you guys, and I love you guys, and I cannot wait to see you when all of this is over. I really hope that you guys are doing well. And if you have any other topics that you want to discuss, let us know. Maybe we can make this a thing. Yoga Gypsy teacher talk. But yeah, those are some of my ways that I am staying, like, I guess, helping me during this quarantine help. If you have any more to add, please let me know, because I always love new ideas. What's some good ideas? I hope to see y'all soon. I hope you guys are doing well, and I will talk to you later. Bye, guys.